Another massive show today. It doesn't get any bigger. We have a huge lineup, and Nobby starts us off as per. And also, we get Daisy's take on Zach Butters and what should have happened with the AFL. What else do we have, Daisy?
We got plenty more, Train. We got Julia Gillard. We've got Justin Bieber. We got Miranda Kerr and David Beckham. We talk about all of those four people as well.
Well, we do talk about them, but we do have the Milestone men. We got Josh Dunkley and Lachie Neale joining us live, and we also have Izak Rankine, the superstar performer, joining us on the pod.
It could be the biggest show of the year. Don't go anywhere. Tune in. Welcome back, everyone. Another episode of Aces AFL Show, round 6. And we have the boys on fire on the Monday review, fresh off gather round. Well, Daisy, I tell you what, I am loving your work. And talk about setting the agenda. Mac Andrews, I don't know, has Daisy been slid a little bit of cash to pump the great man up? He's on a massive contract already, but all I've seen is Daisy talk about the ruck and these blokes that can jump over them, and now everyone's starting to talk about it.
He went hard, but now he's first to market, and the amount of people that have jumped on your curtails now has been amazing. So a big call from you, and let's just see if it backs up. Anything more to add on that?
No, I just think we now sit back and just bathe in our own glory and becomes the best ruckman in the competition. Though, usually very good host gather round. Few takes, I must have to admit. We may have to get a little clip of it. Just
a few fumbles, was there?
Yeah, just the intro, like just the first one to get us going.
Yeah.
Well, what have we done there? Very good, though. Good fun, and well done to all.
That's brilliant. They say you shouldn't drink before you talk, and that's certainly the case.
Who says that, Tommy?
There's a bloke.
Let's just break that down a bit.
Well, there's a bloke, I can't remember his name, but he says when he does, goes out and does big speeches, he's a consultant, does all that stuff.
You shouldn't be pissed.
You should, no, he reckons any beers the night before, and he really struggles to get his words out.
Okay,
So
I was going to say they're not.
Maybe I shouldn't have even mentioned that.
No, it is sage advice, though. Don't have bender before big speech.
Yeah,
good.
No beer before speech. Jeez, we're on fire early on the Aces AFL show. And it talks to you about who's on fire. And it's our man, Nobby, who's just walked in the building. How are you, Nobby?
Hello, the Knobstar. How are you, superstar?
Good to see you, big fella. Oh, yes.
Any houses sold?
I think there has been.
There's been a couple of sales last week. Sorry, do not worry about that.
You've changed the shirt up this week. You've changed the shirt up this week.
I've changed the shirt up this week. Got the lucky one back on. And yeah, mate, look, I've got no issue with spitting vodka sodas back into the microphone after a big gathering because you blokes look like you had fun.
The two best words in real estate, commission.
Well, we're on a mission today, though, aren't we?
Yes.
We've ventured across to gather round. We've got a lot to report from there. We've got a lot to preview this week, guys. So they're all setting the barriers now, racing, and they've jumped evenly in gather round early until Adelaide kicked away from Carlton late in the game. Shame that Carlton supporters left early again. The first time they've scored in the second half since Dennis Pagan was coaching them. Fremantle got there in a nail biter against the Pies thanks to Josh Tracy's hands that were clamped up like a car left overnight in a no standing zone on Lonsdale Street. Then it was Brisbane over the Roos in the Barossa, and Cooper Trembath didn't need any local Shiraz down there. He was dizzy enough from sitting on the skipper's head in the goal square. Hawthorn and Sydney created question marks for the Suns and the Bulldogs as fellow contenders. But look out, here's the Bombers off the canvas for their first win in 18 attempts. And like Tom Hanks on Castaway, they're back just when everyone thought that almost forgotten they existed. At the tail end of the weekend, West Coast couldn't get there over the Cats, but still won the day with a retro strip. Fair dinkum, I haven't seen players this excited about the Guava colours since Mad Monday kick-on order and a slab of cruisers. And it wouldn't be a gather round without a Port Adelaide controversy. This time it was our man Butters accused of mentioning umpire payments. Went to the tribunal and said, "You misheard me. I said, how are they paying Bieber 10 mil to play YouTube at Coachella when I'm on 2 mil to have 30 each week?" The AFL said, whilst we're talking about Bieber, no, it's not too late to say sorry. Pay us $1,500 and say no more. 100 to go, and Uncle Toby Green's fired up about the doubleheader this Friday, taking viewers away from the emerging Sydney market. Don't worry, mate, I'd still have better homes and guns out of you blokes if you were one out. Hawks meet their recent rival Port Adelaide. Not sure Ginnivan will be as confident taking on Josh Carr as he was Kenny Inkley, but let's see. Adelaide to get the job done easily this week in the Brad Couch Cup over the Saints. And have a look at the Dons at $7 on points bet against the Suns up north. The lead's well and truly off at Tullamarine. And if that gets up, go and get yourself a pair of eyes at Ranken Rixie. These things are hotter than Daisy Thomas with a handful of drink cards at CQ in 2010. Bang! Bang! A couple of little stumbles there, guys. Maybe I had a bit of vodka soda there in the mic as well, but we got there in the end, fellas. And geez, what about this Butters saga? Like, I cannot believe some of the things going on with the tribunal at the moment. We're hearing different things about team calls and people being camera off in the car. But if he didn't say anything, you can't prove it. How's this bloke paying $1,500?
Oh, it's a good point, Nobby, but I'm still trying to get over harder than Daisy Thomas at CQ. With some drink
5 drink cards is a bit light, though.
Yeah.
5 drink cards.
That's
They did a platinum card.
25 to the Larrys.
You get 5 as a VFL
Hey, phenomenal
player.
establishment
Mate,
back in the day.
oh,
Fair
wasn't
dinkum.
it,
Like, how good was that setup when you think back? You'd straight in there behind Pairs and Bell Chambers and this. I remember getting a mouthful from the security every time. This isn't a daycare. Piss off, mate.
Yeah.
You're not even on the list.
You ever
They'd
played
still
footy
give you
with
the
a
5
broken
and I'm
leg?
straight in there to the R&B room, like, disco like it was 1970.
I remember that was at Julio, wasn't it? The bloke at the door.
Julio.
I just finished playing my first game in the city as a Freo bloke, and he just didn't believe that I played. He goes, "You don't play footy," and he got me. He goes, "Go over there," and they got the register out. And he goes, "What's your name?" I go, "Tommy Sheridan." He goes, "I think he does play." He gives me 5 drink cards and sends me mates up the right. He goes, "You go up the left." It was degrading.
I didn't play in the AFL, fair enough, but I had 45 down at Willie, kick it into a fucking gale. So give us the drink cards and just let me get in there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Mate,
Are you a Bieber fan?
Well,
got
I
a
have
fair
to
run.
say it was quite nostalgic. Listen, going back with the straightened hair on the YouTube clips and sort of thinking back to when I had acne and was trying to get me first date back in high school. But geez, I thought it was quite creative. In fairness, what he was doing. I've watched. Yeah, it's been in my algorithm a bit like you guys.
You would have loved the fact that because he sold his back catalogue for however
200
many.
mil.
So if he then had have gone and asked for the rights to play his songs, so he's got them on technicality. He's rolled out the YouTube. He's then sung over them, not doing the full performance. So he hasn't had to pay a cent of the 10 milli they've coughed up. Well,
Brilliant.
businessman.
Look at that. The contractual obligations there. Fantastic. That is a massive loophole.
Imagine the people watching that going, "Oh no, he's just got us by the plum."
Isn't it amazing though? And you talk about nostalgia. You're watching it come through the algorithm, and you're tapping your feet, you're saying the words, and you're like, "Mate, I haven't heard these songs for years."
I think that was super smart how he's done that. I mean, it makes you wonder like how I can get my Anzac Day jumper back that I sold on Gumtree back when I wasn't making any money. I don't know how I can do that.
Spend $20. I reckon that'd probably cover it.
Good work,
Have
Nobby.
you played in a couple of Anzac days?
No, I didn't, but you still got the jumper, mate. So
Maybe 20, you'll get it back
again.
again.
Anzac Day jumpers.
Did
My
you
son,
wear- and then-
son sits there and goes, "Geez, Dad, like when did you play in this one?" I said, "I was sitting in there like cradling it in the stand, but I never played it."
Did you wear it to CQ that night?
Big time. Used to rip it all like this. Here we go, fellas.
Well, Nobby, hang around because we're going to get to our favourite segment, What's Brewing with the best brewers in town, Inglewood Coffee Roasters. And by the way, our discount code ACES for 50% off the beans online all year round. So make sure you go check that out if you need some coffee. The Cumby, you didn't see it, but you saw it online. Elite job, boys. Well done. Big shout out to everyone that attended.
Big shout out to you, Tommy. We give you a pump up on Monday. Well done, pulling that together along with all the boys behind the scenes. But getting that list of players and stars through there, it is like no other event anywhere. Grand final week when they're dishing out massive cash to get panels across. That's the best panel you're ever likely to see.
And as obviously the day progressed, there's a bit more alcohol being consumed and it gets louder and louder. But you got louder and louder still, and still controlled that room. So
Control it.
Yeah, we definitely controlled it. That was a great room, though. It was a great room, and it was a great setup. No, thanks, boys. It was a good lineup, and it caught me off guard. The boys, the Geelong boys said 3 o'clock. They got there at 2. The West Coast boys said they get there at 3. They got there at 2. So when the Geelong boys were on stage, you wouldn't have seen this. But I just looked at Jezza and I think it was Tanner Brew, and I said, "All right, boys, let's keep it simple. What's tomorrow's game plan? Just a bit of belt to ass." And Jezza goes, "Look, I wasn't too flat when I looked at the schedule and thought, oh, Sunday, West Coast, beautiful." And then we looked to our left and Liam Baker and Jakey Waterman are just waiting to come on stage. I was like, oh, it absolutely rattled me. I said, "Hang on a second, the West Coast boys have arrived." Just thought I stitched him up on purpose.
Would have been like the Ramsgate that time when the Port Adelaide boys were punching on. Put out a bit of that at the Cumby.
the best thing though, then you threw them both up at stage.
Yeah, and they
That
jumped
was
on stage
great.
and even Bakes had a go about it. He goes, "You guys are going to stop putting your propeller legs to the full forwards against our line." So I'm going to stay away from the Freo boys this week,
Good to know
Bakes.
they're listening. How good's that?
Yeah, it is
But I think
good.
a big one from that, and we mentioned on Monday that they had a game the next day. So that's a good commitment to come. Where a lot of players will probably be putting their feet up and watching movies. They're coming out, giving the people what they want, and that's access to them. So hats off to them, and thank you for that effort.
And then we also have a special guest joining us in a second, Izak Rankine, and he was on the guitar, and geez, what a voice he's got. I think you just missed him. You had to commentate.
But I went back and watched it, obviously. Mate, how good. Talk about Little Bieber.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but
Bieber.
just as good.
But it looks like a rock star too. And
He's
then
a
it
rock
plays,
star.
and then had
Yeah.
the Sunnies on, the Ricks collab that he's been doing. But just had the the crowd eating out of his palm. It was fantastic.
And one more, because we love Nate Caddy. He's been awesome so far this year, and he's joined the show a couple of times. He joined the boys on the review this week, but I had him we had a little Pullum SGM going, and we put the money behind the bar if it got up, and we were very close, but we needed him to kick 2. And the Channel 9 and 7 cameras have rolled in, and we're going, hang on a second, and he's having a shot from 40 out, and he slots it, and mate, the crowd goes wild, and I was like, I couldn't have timed that one any better.
What about pubs pumping? Cade Chandler, he saluted. We're all up and about. $4 anytime goal scorer, Charlie Curnow.
PointsBet put on a special. Charlie Curnow to kick 1 goal, $4, max bet $25. The whole pub was on it. He kicked 4 points.
0-4-1 from the top of the goal scorer on his left foot.
They're the ones where you got blokes using their missus account, using their dad's account. They're trying to get as much as they can.
So the boys been like, geez, we feel bad for the punters. We'll give you the autumn glow. We'll have a swipe, and when it gets up, we'll put it over the bar.
Mate, geez, that was on quicksand like me trying to do a 20-metre sprint there at one point, wasn't it? And James McDonald beat his chest before it and said, mate, the quicker they go, the better it'll go.
Yeah,
I thought,
incorrect.
you should be retracting that.
Yeah, that rattled me, that actually. I remember that we had the whole bar. I just filmed the crowd. I got a video of it. And I said, right, because it was free piss all day. I said, we're going to put another keg on if this thing gets up.
Breaking me out.
The crowd goes wild, and it just lost. We're like, oh. Then I think Charlie's having a shot, and it misses. Oh.
Good news, we put a keg on anyway.
PointsBet really came to the party.
It was very good. Now we got. I've jumped ship here. I've gone the intro segment, boys, and we're gonna have to do another segment of what's brewing. But the big story is, while you're here, you just mentioned, but is Butters guilty? And if he is, why is it only 1,500, boys? It's a very confusing one for me. I've had a lot of fun with it because me and Toby had Butters on the pod last week, and they've got a competition going, and first one to get fined, send some Sharons to the other bloke's local football club. So we don't know what to do, and we put a poll up, and currently everyone wants it to be a mulligan, and they reset. So Toby might have a mulligan against the Swans this Friday. But talk to me, boys. Is he guilty? And if he is, why 1,500? What's the go?
Well, it's at appeal now. So Port have said they're appealing it, which I love. The fact that they're backing in their player. Jack's been adamant since this happened that whatever was heard is being taken the wrong way or misheard, and not the allegations has been put against him of how much are they paying you. So now, while it gets to legal mumbo jumbo, this isn't now about football and whether you said it. It's more about the law and if they've used him correctly, if the evidence that the tribunal's taken. And you can probably speak better to this. It now becomes 2v1 in terms of evidence, the two players, Ollie Wines and Zach Butters, against umpire Nick Foote.
Mm-hmm.
Does that then sway a legal side of it? Because if you're using probability or
the balance of probabilities, and the evidence is there.
Balance of it.
That's QC.
But we're betting on the the AFLPA have stepped in as well. So in terms of getting all the heavy hitters there, but again, the thing to come out of this, though, it's not going to affect Butters' football. So I think we can park that, and they're going to fight to the hilt to get him off this charge because, again, even when he rocked up to his presser, he was wearing on his top. So, look, I think he's going to fight it. And for mine, it'll be a massive backflip from the AFL if they were to take him off the fine. But I think it's the only way, when you get legal and law involved and you go to the higher courts, they're going to be held accountable for some of their actions. And I feel like that this is going to be a total wipe-off. He's going to get off the fine just on the evidence that's been put forward. That's all it's really, it needs to be put to bed because it's been distracting this week. And
why wouldn't the AFL, and if anyone disagrees, please speak up, but why, once the audio isn't there for whatever reason, there's no conspiracy around that, it just didn't work at that time, it happens throughout games. Why, once that happened, can't you sit down with the umpire who was adamant and sure, if you think you've heard that, which is the ultimate disrespect, and your integrity is being questioned, which is the one thing umpires hate and despise above anything else, why wouldn't you sit there and say, mate, we can't discredit what you said, but we also can't prove that they've said it. And we've got two players who have high standing in the game who are adamant they haven't said it. On this occasion, we're just going to have to shake hands and say, we agree to disagree. We're not discrediting anyone. We can't fine him because we can't say that you're more correct than he is because we actually cannot prove that. Let's move on and we'll use this as the learning to, if anyone goes down this route to a sly remark about paying or whatever it is, this is the ramifications. Again, just a reminder, pull your heads in. move on.
And there's two layers too.
It's well said, but we should not dismiss what Daisy said. It's a practical
that
thing
puts
to
it to
do.
bed on Monday rather than we're sitting here now on Thursday and we still got we're none the clearer or wiser
about it.
Yeah, but an outcome of that meeting, that mediation, could be an unofficial warning to Zach individually, or an official warning depending on how hard they went.
But even if I didn't,
an unofficial warning, though, because it doesn't get.
But I think that's why it just has to be like a pure. Just no, we shake hands and this is how it is, because there is no concrete evidence thus far to say otherwise, and we're not saying anyone's lying or not telling the truth. But that's just a world where this can be factually, both can be correct.
In terms of how it looks in a community level, the respect that needs to be showed towards umpires. Do you reckon the AFL sort of jumped at shadows at anything to do when you're questioning an umpire, from a visual perspective? Do you reckon that played into
I think you're giving AFL a bit too much credit there. If they wanted to do that, they'd jump on it time after time. I think it seems to be more sensitivity around an umpire that generally thinks his integrity is being questioned.
But I'm fine with that. Like if that's what and that's why the reaction was so strong initially.
Yeah.
It is Community Umpire Awareness Week as well. So but that shouldn't have but that shouldn't have any weight into why the AFL's gone, geez, we've got to back our man.
Yeah. I also think you look at a couple of years ago when they brought in the talkback umpire rule, and that they cracked down on it hard, and now they've completely come back, right? So I think if you want to really protect community umpires, crack down on it properly, or don't at all. But this one, common sense needs to prevail.
Yeah.
I think from a lighthearted perspective, the best thing that's come out of over the past couple of weeks is these past players we've talked about, funny interactions with umpires, and Hodgie spoke about. I think you have 2 days in. I remember Razor Ray Chamberlain. I must have said something once to him very, very in one of my rare games. And Razor turned around to me and said, "Mate, I only talk to blokes if I know their name. Get back to the VFL." I'm thinking fair call.
Is that your integrity that's been in question?
No, that was just
1,600, Razor. Off it up, I'm taking cash.
He got paid more for just speaking the truth, I think. But anyway,
I'm sure your teammates would have laughed.
Yeah, they did. Everyone was laughing, including me old man listening in on the TV, I think.
It's brilliant. I like that. I mean, I go to other sports just to mix it up, but especially NBA and NFL. NFL's a big one, but they've got good relationships with the players. So I don't know a lot about the rules. So I'm out of pocket here, and I'm not educated around what they can and can't do with this talkback stuff. But this one's got ugly. And I think what you just said, Daisy, makes a lot of sense. He said this. You thought he said that. We don't have any footage. Let's just shake hands, move on. Now there's all these, media outlets, and we're still talking about it. Now you've really got to get it right. Now you've got to go, but if we don't stick up for the umpire, does it look like we're not defending, these guys? And if we don't stick up for the players, it's now ugly, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't really.
It's a mess. And it's a massive miss from the AFL, whichever way it goes now.
AFL. Yep.
And the one way to get over it is just dismiss it today, throw it out, inclusive, what do you call it? Inconclusive evidence. A bit like a goal when it goes over the post. Can't tell.
Goes over the point post 4 kilometres up, and we're going to reveal it.
What about
I'm not sure, to be honest with you, Cock. I can't see.
Exactly right.
Balls out of fucking picture.
It should be not sure, Cock, and move on.
Ask those ones that went up to the moon. They're better chance to see that on their way back.
Toby Green's opening round take on TFG Tuesday this week was outstanding. The passion's high. He's a Victorian himself, and he knows how important it is to grow the game. What were your thoughts on that, Daisy?
Oh, regardless, I just love that Toby speaks so openly about it. I don't think anyone's discrediting how much we need to continue to grow the game in the Northern States, Sydney and Queensland, but it shouldn't be at the detriment of the evenness and fairness of the competition when it comes to fixturing. And I think that's what's completely lost. Yes, you want to make sure that eyeballs are on that in the right manner, but arguably, like the Gold Coast game to open up the season, or the Friday night fixture against the Cats, people in the street weren't really across that. So, yes, you can have the games there, but you got to do better to actually create the hype up there, however that looks. But at the detriment of the entire fixture and a compromised fixture for 6 rounds, like you can have your whatever eyeballs on it you want. That is ridiculously skewed one way, and that is a genuine unfair advantage to others. That needs to be sorted out.
Do you reckon the success of Gather Round that we've just mentioned is just weighing in on this opening round fixture? Because the
first time you see 9 teams.
Yeah. And we talk about Queensland. Can they host it? Can WA host it? Can Sydney host a Gather Round of sorts? Do you reckon it's just they're crying oh me oh my because of the success that Adelaide have got this locked in?
Toby speaks to it though. He genuinely wants the game to grow, and he understands from numbers point of view how much those single games and the eyeballs do actually help. Yeah, that's what he sort of speaks to.
Yeah, and he also understands that the country, with most of the country, we have fans.
You
But
got to finish that word. You can't stop halfway through that.
yeah, she should rattle me there. Most of the Australian rules fans in the country out west, there's not a lot of them. So they're like, that's where the growth area is, 3 to 4 million. He's saying you've got to tackle it, and they haven't been able to tackle it. And he knows that because he goes down to NG and, he sees the crowds and the players are doing everything. But I think the people that were involved that trying to grow the game out there the last 10, 15 years, they've clearly failed. And I think they've got a new team out there now. Yeah. So he's saying we must have something up there.
Does Gather Round work anywhere else but Adelaide? Slightly off.
I reckon they've earned the right for the next 4 or 5 years, but it would work in, I reckon Perth would be great. I know it's a long trip for us over here.
To New Zealand.
I
love Perth, by the way.
Tassie's that type of place where you got enough sort of ancillary, things to do outside of the footy where it's a really nice place to go and visit. I could see that sort of taking off.
Just on Toby though, the Battle of the Bridge on Friday night.
Love you, Tassie.
You've probably had a fair bit to come across your desk about this, but the double header on Friday night.
Yep.
Did Toby touch on that in Toby?
Yeah, he goes, well, what are you trying to do? You're trying to grow the game or what? That's what he said.
You don't have unlimited growing of your game.
It's disappointing that game is not a standalone, whether it was Saturday night or a Friday night. It's a massive game.
But you
both teams are humming.
On Channel 7, on the main station in Sydney, New South Wales, is Friday night. You get the Swans. You get the Giants. You're not sitting there choosing between the Cats. That's the game that you get live to your thing. So, it's a doubleheader in terms of some people may choose to look elsewhere, but in that actual market, that's where you're going.
Yeah. Well, we'll break all this down later. We've got plenty of football to talk about. Nobby, we have a huge guest just around the corner. But, mate, thank you so much for the call. Thanks for the energy, mate, as always.
Good to see you.
And go get that commission, King.
Yes.
And we'll be right back after the break with a special guest, one of the most exciting players in the competition, Izak Rankine. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, turn it up.
Got a leg in your same-game multi that's lacking heat? Try out PointsBet's new Pull 'em feature, which lets you remove a leg from your multi before the start of the third quarter. Only available on PointsBet. What are you really gambling with?
Welcome back, everybody. The Aces AFL show. Nobby off to a flyer. A little bit of what's brewing with more to come. But as always, boys, I promise you the biggest guests in the business are no bigger than our man, Izak Rankine, who's joining us live from Adelaide. Get around here, boys.
Thanks for having me, boys. Appreciate it.
Great to see you, mate. Great to see you. Geez, you're a workhorse last week. How's the vocals? How's the body pulled up after Gather Round, mate? You're the hottest ticket in town.
Yeah, I needed to rest for a couple of days, shaking hands and kissing babies all week. So it was nice performing on stage, and I think it turned out well. It was full on. I was glad we played on a Thursday, and it was just packed all the way up until Sunday, really. So it was good fun, though.
I missed your performance at the Cumbie, but I caught up online, and, mate, well done and great effort getting there because the voice was a touch sore after what you'd had to produce the night before. But you rolled out a little bit of Bieber, and then we saw on Sunday a little bit of Bieber being rolled out at Coachella. Did you tune in? Because arguably, very good. Horses for courses.
No, that's right. I was sort of planned. I sort of know what's trending at the moment. I knew Bieber was headlining, so I wanted to tie it all in. So I didn't watch it live, but I ended up watching it back, Justin's performance, which was unreal, by the way.
Yeah, and take us through your love for performing. Obviously, you're outstanding on the weekend, but when did you start playing guitar and singing? And is this a love that you've had from being a young lad?
Yeah, I've always loved playing the guitar and like sort of bit musically inclined. And, I used to rap when I was younger and play the guitar and rap, and then tried to sing. And I think the last couple of years I've started to try and actually sing a bit better and get some lessons and things like that. But early days it was just playing the guitar with my dad. And my brothers didn't really play; they weren't that great. But I played that since I was probably 11 or 12. Yep. And just sort of took it and just YouTube everything. So yeah, it's come a long way for sure.
So you taught from YouTube, and only recently you've had a few singing lessons. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's right. So everything you can learn on YouTube these days. And even early days, I would like go on YouTube and try and look up how to sing. And then, obviously, I've done a few more gigs now, and I'm like, I better take it a bit more serious and get some actual lessons. So when I started seeing people, and it was nice. I think it's just a nice interest to have outside of footy. And go home after a win or a loss, and you can just always lean back on the music and play the guitar for hours and just express yourself in a different way.
What about songwriting? Are you a lyrical genius?
Nah, not quite there. I have written a few raps, but nothing like full. I haven't put a full song together or anything. But I've got ideas and write them down, put them in the voice memos, and hopefully one day come up with an album.
Well, mate, I'm shocked. I thought you've been getting lessons for years. You've got an unbelievable voice, and mate, well done again on the weekend. You lit the Cumbie up and the gallery, and I even watched a few of your videos back in the day with the AFL when you did the live shows. It's just crazy. So I just thought about it because I can't sing, but I reckon if you wanted a punishment, boys, at 10,000 people and you've got to sing, and that moment where it goes over to you and then you just got to wait for the first, I just reckon that must be the most nervous feeling in the world.
Mate, it was the scariest feeling. I remember on the way there, on the way to that first one at the entertainment centre for the first footy show, I was calling up the manager and was saying, can we get out of this? Is there a way we can get out of this? But they already scheduled it all in, and they said, no, you can't get out. So I was sort of there an hour before, and the anxiety was just through the roof, and I was sweating. And as soon as I sort of got out there, and you just see this crowd of people, and it's like, yeah, exactly, like 10,000 people are sitting there waiting for you, and then it goes all silent, and then you're up there by yourself. So it was just me and the guitar, but luckily it went well, and Guy Sebastian reviewed it afterwards and said he'd give me a yes. So
That's great.
Fantastic. Now, obviously, you sounded unbelievable, but you also looked like a rock star. So you were wearing the sunnies. Talk us through the collab with Ricks. Obviously, the launch is coming up very soon, but talk us through how that process is working.
Yeah, obviously, Tom is doing some great work there, and he sort of reached out and wanted to do some work. So obviously, I wanted to jump on board straight away with how well they're going. And Isaac Cummings always rolls into the club with a box of Rixies, and since then I've been a big fan. So that was it was probably 2 years ago now, and everyone's rocking him. So I wanted to put my own little twist on it and do some close work with Tommy and the Ricks team. And it's been a big journey. It's been a long journey. We wanted to roll it out last year. But sort of it got extended out to this year. So I'm happy with how it's gone. Fashion's an interest of mine. All that sort of music and that sort of realm is, sort of where I lie, and I like that sort of areas, and it's sort of just aligned with who I am as a person. And I think they've done a great job working with them. It's been so easy. Tommy's got all the ideas. When he has an idea, he just goes for it. So it was easy, and I'm happy with how it's turned out. So very, very excited.
They look absolutely awesome. And your own fashion, very cool. It always, I love this because there's always people at the club that have no idea. Are you willing to label a couple at your football club who think they're either trendy or just have no idea?
Oh, Dawes' early days was terrible. It was terrible. But then the other week he was on the Men's Health, and he got the pipes out, and he's starting to get he's starting to rise in that fashion area. So I'll give him a tick for now. But Tex is another one that got no idea. Riley O'Brien, mate.
Skevy's boy.
Some of the things he rolls in, I swear he gets up and he's getting dressed with the lights off or something. So he's a funny one. He always comes in with some cracker uniform. So he's funny to watch.
Oh, mate, that's incredible. And thank you, mate. It's all you, not us. You've been an absolute pleasure to work with. And anyone that wants to support Isaac and his brand new Rixies, the Soho collection that he's designed, they're online tonight, 5:30 p.m. for Adelaide crew and 6 p.m. Melbourne, and everyone else can check it out. But that's online tonight. Now, mate, let's go back to last week because the celebration, you told me, mate, I'm definitely doing it with my first goal, but you wouldn't tell me what it is. So I told everyone in the stands, and you kicked the first of the game, and I was like, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. And so just talk to us about what was going through your head and were you thinking about it throughout the game?
Yeah, I knew I messed up straight away. I think it would have been 5 minutes in. The ball goes down the wing, and it was a fast play, and I sort of got it in the goal square, and then I played on. And as soon as I played on, kicked it, started celebrating, and then when you're sort of walking back to your position, I'm like, oh no, I didn't do the selling. And the rest of the game, I was thinking about kicking another goal, and I didn't kick any goals. Second quarter, third quarter, and then even during the last quarter, I was freaking out I was like, I got to get a goal here. And then luckily enough, two minutes to go, I sort of got the ball and kicked it from 50 and whipped out the celly straight away. So I was happy with that when I think BT called it on Fox, and he did a great job there too. So that was unbelievable.
He called it on 7. He'd hate you calling it on Fox. But yeah, he certainly gave it a good call. And mate, you did it unbelievably. Can we expect any more sallies this weekend against the Sainers?
No, I think I'll pack it away for a while. Unless we do another collab soon, so I'll pull out another one then. I think Rash is got a few sellies lined up, and I'd sort of just jump on board with him. Since I moved out to the club, he's had all these celebrations, and early days he was thinking about the sellies more than he was thinking about kick and goal, so I had to put him in line there. But yeah, I think the kids love it. The kids these days, you go out to Captain's Road, and you go out to public, go to a cafe, kids are coming up to you asking, can you do this, Selly? So I think it's great for the game.
On your footy and in your footy side, ticking along just nicely, seems like Rash, though, he's taken his game to a new level. You've had a bit of an interrupted pre-season and obviously coming back from the suspension as well. How are you tracking along? Can we expect you in the midfield over the next few weeks?
Yeah, I'd love that, yeah. Tell Nixie that. That'd be great. No, I'm joking. I think during the preseason, we did a lot of a bit of trial and error playing the midfield. Rash playing in the midfield, and then we're doing a bit of wax on, wax off. So it hasn't sort of turned out how everyone wants it to, but I'm playing my role for the team, and wherever they sort of need me, I want to play, and I enjoy kicking goals, so I don't mind being down forward and finishing off all the hard work the boys do up the ground. So hopefully get some more minutes, but wherever they sort of need me during the time and the time of the game, when the game's on the balance, I tend to want to float forward and kick a couple goals. So wherever they need me, really.
It's one of the most exciting duos in the competition. You and Rash, I guess that forward mid and all the players up there. So, mate, it's fun watching Adelaide and another primetime slot this weekend. I can't wait to watch you and the boys get to work, and you'll be there later in the year. So all I want to say is thank you so much for joining us, mate, taking some time, not only today but last week. You're enormous, all the gigs you did, and that performance in Sally, it was one of the highlights of the year so far. So, mate, on behalf of everyone in this room, thanks for joining us, mate, and all the best this week and all the weeks to come.
No worries. Thanks for having me, boys. Appreciate it.
Oh, there you go, Izak Rankine. He's one of the best in the business. And a big night for Rixie tonight, boys.
Yes, massive. We'll be on.
12 months.
I'll be on a pair.
12 months in the making, and they go live tonight, and I think there's 300 sign-ups, and there's about 300 pairs of sunnies. So hopefully it goes really well. He's done a great job. And
supply and demand, does that mean the prices are...
No, they stay the same price. They get $210 or something like that, and they little discount for you. While use Aces,
fantastic.
Use Aces, little sneaky one there. Let's keep moving. I just skipped over a couple other things on what's brewing with our friends at Inglewood Coffee Roasters. Dave Matthews I think he's retiring or he's moving on, resigning at the Giants. He's been an incredible figure there as CEO at the Giants. He's a good man. I'm not sure what he's doing. I'll have to give him a call, but that was a shock. That came out yesterday.
15 years he's been there for, and he was there obviously before the Giants entered the AFL, and he's been part of the AFL sort of strategies since 1998. So 28 years he's been in the industry for. Obviously the highs of 2017 when you made the grand final. Obviously got towed up there, but really important.
2019, wasn't it?
2019.
Yeah.
It was 2019, was it?
Yeah, that was the year I was there. Yeah.
How'd you go?
Emergency. Warm the boys up.
No, but obviously really important for that club.
You could have been the difference.
Just on that, actually.
If you
no
came on and kicked 60 goals.
I'll never forget because I was emergency. The best part about being the emergency was I was warming up like just Tony Lockett, just kicking it from anywhere. They had all the fans there. I knew I wasn't playing, so I was almost trying to do a hammy or a quad. But the night before...
Do you get a matchy for emergency?
Probably not. Probably not. The night before, they got a Conor McGregor custom video, and it was not to be leaked and not to be talked about. And he must have had a script, and mate, he was talking about all the players, and he's like, "I want you to go back with the flight like Phil Davis, and I want you to take off half back like this." And
is this
I was sure about it. It was unbelievable.
Like Lisa Rand? Is this
it was like Lisa Rand's address.
I'm going for clubs going into grand finals. Doesn't work.
Well, maybe Lisa might. Connor didn't. But I'll never forget that moment. And I think Dave organised that kind of stuff.
He's an absolute superstar too. Ripping bloke. Has genuine care for that and love for that football club.
And loves a beer.
Loves a Chardonnay as well.
But set the foundation because obviously it's so challenging, you know, a new club coming in. So hats off to him and good luck with whatever he pursues post this football.
100%. And what about Prince Harry just floating around the Scray?
He was floating around.
I had Brad Johnson on Tommy Talks this week, boys. It's going to be an incredible chat. Jeez, wasn't he a player? The more I studied we studied together and just unbelievable. But he just come from training and Prince Harry was rolling around with liver.
Yeah.
He said only a few players are allowed to hang out and liver was one of them.
And Adam Treloar and Matty Kennedy, actually.
All new dads? That was the reason, I believe.
Yeah, new dads.
because-
And Movember was the reason. It was for charity.
Yeah.
And the Bulldogs were a massive supporter of Movember and the challenges there. So fantastic opportunity, media opportunity for the Bulldogs. But to meet Prince Harry, like that's in terms of notoriety, I don't think there's too many people in the world that are bigger than
Wallace's and then there's your Prince Harry. Did you have dinner with him afterwards?
How was he?
Yeah, just caught him up with the Cumby. Actually flew back to Adelaide. But fantastic. And for them to come out in footy and see what it's all about.
Is that the biggest name that's ever been to Footscray? Because the Pies obviously massive club. Anyone wants to come through.
We had, Chris Hemsworth, Thor, massive fan of the Bulldogs. So he's in and around the club, and especially around the premiership. He was in the rooms with his brother Liam in terms of, notoriety. But I don't think you can get much bigger than Prince Harry. What about your time?
Before that, we had Ben Roberts-Smith.
Controversial at the minute.
Yeah, he's a big unit.
Yeah.
That was more of a piss take. The boys have got, how serious did they take? Oh my God.
I didn't know where you were going.
You should have seen Waller's face.
Really intervened cancer at the minute, Tommy. Yeah.
He was the number one ticket holder at Freehold. I'm just telling you, he was there.
There you
He
go.
was the number one ticket holder.
Anyway,
Take it, have a look at the boys went a bit serious on me there.
Interesting tactics.
Lisa
I was
Rand,
only
what
staring
else?
you, but he
What else
was
we
a
got?
big unit and he did roll around the.
Cut.
What about you, Daisy?
Oh, fuck you, beauty.
I'll leave the screens. It's all right. Daisy, you've had some. I mean,
You've had
Collingwood,
some
surely you're the biggest
Literally
nest.
too many. Like going back through, I had to scroll through the old Google archives. Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, dressed up as Mr. Bean. Kath and Kim did a shoot throughout there, obviously not to the Prince Harry. Miranda Kerr came
that's the
down.
biggest.
Swanee
Oof.
and
Swanee and Miranda.
Swanee and Dids sitting there having a photo, holding her up. We had some.
Yeah, we had Julia Gillard as the number one ticket holder there for a while.
You can't go with
If
Miranda
If
Kerr.
we're going to, Hey, everyone deserves a mention.
Miranda Kerr and Julian Gillard. Hey, that's a real. You're into something. That's good. That's unbelievable.
Into something.
What did you ask Julia? I think Barry Hall was in that photo shoot
he
from
was,
memory.
he
What
was.
would Barry ask Julia?
How you going, Julia?
What would the topic be?
I don't know. But it'd be like stale.
Miranda Kerr to
Well, I
Julia
got
Gillard
excited.
again.
I got a bit excited.
You did get excited. That's a concerning
Yeah,
part.
no, he's a concern. Sorry, I've
that's
derailed this whole
True,
segment.
you
Sorry.
You haven't derailed it. I think everyone's loving it. Yeah, was there any other superstars?
No, well, those were the club ones. Rob Lowe, actor, Hollywood singer. David Beckham was the one that I hung out with personally.
That's a
David
personal
V.
one.
Yeah, these wasn't club
I was
ones.
waiting. I'll give it a little soccer.
No, this was more just me and David and a couple other rugby league and a rugby union.
How did that
player.
one play? I guess
That was through Adelaide. A little promotion for the
That's you with the
F50
long locks I saw.
putting him in the top bins for David.
Yeah.
That was good fun. David Villa over in Spain again through Adidas.
Who's the biggest name you reckon you boys have met?
David Beckham's pretty hard to go
I don't
past.
think you've missed that. Julia Gillard's up there.
You love your politics, oh,
Yeah.
buddy. And Bill Shorten doing the pump-up video.
We go from Page to Bill Jordan. Talk about getting erect and then going flop.
From a politics point of view, you mean?
Yes, of course, of course.
Political campaign.
Oh, there you go. Well, I think it's time to roll into.
Richard Wash.
Sort of a bit of Richard Wash. Speaking of, that stuff's unbelievable. I got me package of the week. Let's go to our favourite aces in the wild. We've got a couple of memos here.
Nice.
And I think we're starting off with our man, Woody. We're going to our man, Woody Matthews, a North Melbourne fan, I believe.
Hey, gents. Hey, just on Tremors, big Trembath from North. Fucking, I don't know, everyone's like, he's the next Carey, he's this and that. Yeah, he can take big grabs and stuff like that. But he also fucking moves and gets in the ruck. So, I don't know. I think he's probably the next, I don't know, Buddy. Is that too big to say? But I think he's a good forward like Carey, but he moves better. Like he gets around the ground, clunks around the ground. Carey just loved the 50. You know, he's the best forward in the game. But I don't know. I don't reckon I reckon he's
cut
a
Woody
bit
off.
more
Yeah.
versatile than Kerry.
I don't. There's a word delusional. I haven't
We're
come across
rolling,
that.
we're rolling from our favourite segment into he's talking about Wayne Carey, Buddy Franklin, and Trembath in the same sentence. That's like having Miranda Kerr and Julia Gillard in the same.
Holy wow!
He's a very good player, though, emerging young player, but I think we can just sort of pump the brakes on any of those comparisons, and I don't think that's being in any way disrespectful.
No, it's
I think
not.
young Cooper would be like, please, let me continue. Very good, though, when he does go in the ruck. He's got some serious hops as well.
Some humps and
The hanger, the old school hanger in the
Oh, yeah,
goal square.
brilliant. And the smile on the face, and he landed
The
on
vision,
three.
though, from inside the fence from the AFL, that's so good.
That's great. And we've got one more from our man Trots.
What's his Chuck bloke want? A fucking statue for North Melbourne if they play finals. If North are paying for it, it'll be made out of fucking paper mache. Fucking insipid organisation that just celebrate mediocrity because they've achieved nothing. Tigers go into the Dome this weekend and they take the 4 points the young Tigers do. Back to irrelevancy for North Melbourne. Thank you very much. Yellow and black.
That's in response to Chuck last week. I think he said build a statue for North Melbourne.
You know what? We have lost a little bit. Our bet between that went double or nothing North are pretty higher than Collingwood.
Well, not only that, Essendon's only one game behind Collingwood. If Collingwood get done by Carlton and then Essendon beat,
just
no, but have you thought about
you
that?
want
Though?
triple or nothing?
No, but it could go double or nothing, and you might owe me 3.5 by the end of it if Essendon get going.
That's not how double or nothing works.
But I've kind of, that'd
be double or something.
No, I know how it works, but we've kind of just assumed. We've just assumed
over again.
We've assumed that the Dons are done. They're not done yet.
No.
Yeah, but the
They're
bet's,
back.
the bet's changed. It doesn't matter if they're back or not.
We'll put it to a vote.
Okay.
We'll put it to a vote.
Yeah.
But yeah, North Melbourne. I haven't forgotten. I thought. I think we were watching the game last week, and I'm like, North are going all right against the Lions, and then the Lions we missed because we were at the Cumbie, but they're going all right. And it's a big game this week. They beat the Tigers and Collingwood, Carlton. We'll talk about in a second after the break. It's a big game this Thursday night clash.
It's going to be massive.
Yeah,
let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Well, there you go. And by the way, the two boys, Woody and Trots, we want to build those memos. It's in the link tree on Instagram. Fire them in. We give up so much energy and we love it, but we love feeding off your energy. So we want to see all your voices.
Maybe just condense it to under 5 minutes.
Yeah, but if they're like that,
getting a voice memo and we've reached both of them.
Yeah, but they would love that. Woody'd love that.
If you want to get rich, send us a voice memo.
Chuck, get back in next week, especially if North get up against the Tigers. Anyway, don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about all the Milestone men, including Nick Dacos, Blick, Lachie Neale, Dunks. I think I haven't missed anyone, plus the blockbusters, Game of the Round, the Canteen Award, and obviously the Propeller. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, turn it up.
Got a leg in your same-game multi that's lacking heat? This AFL season, try out PointsBet's new Pull 'em feature, which lets you remove a leg from your multi before the start of the third quarter. With PointsBet, you can keep the fire alive in your same-game multis. Just pull them and adjust your bet before the start of the third quarter. See your account for personalised max day limit. Only on PointsBet. Yeah, that's built different.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Oh, it's been a hot start. Hotter than Julia Gillard's head. That's how hot it's been, boys.
That's rough.
Oh, that's not that rough. Who is the hottest
She's a
redhead,
beautiful
you
lady.
reckon? Who's the hottest redhead you've ever seen?
Oh,
Isla Fisher. She's good. She was the
That's a
Wedding
good-
Crashers.
Yeah.
I can't actually think of too many. Nikki Webster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Not bad. She blonde one. She wasn't she blonde? Yeah, well, let's keep moving. It's time for another segment that'll probably get us in trouble. Billy's Jockstrap. Now, this one is one of our favourites, but it's who's under the pump this week, boys? Who's just hanging on by a thread?
There's a few, which is fun. I will turn quickly my attention to tonight because the ramifications for loser, Collingwood not going that great.
Sorry, say that again.
Collingwood not going that great.
Jeez, it's good to hear, isn't
Say
it?
that again.
Still going better than North and Essendon.
Double or nothing.
Double or nothing, but you're too anyway. They're not going great, and Carlton obviously going worse. But Carlton, if you can beat Collingwood, the pressure is relieved. This is the one game or one of the 5 games you win for the year. People quickly forget, and everything becomes rosy again. So, massive game with massive ramifications either way. I did some stuff on Collingwood scoring if you want any of it.
Love it.
A little bit. Literally sat down at a cafe the other day and thought, geez, I haven't been going that good for a hot minute. Since round 18 last year, 14 games they've played, 5 wins and 9 losses. So already pretty average.
Form line.
Yeah, form line. Of their 5 wins, twice they've been the lowest scoring team that's won. Twice they've been the second lowest scoring team that won. And the other time it was the third lowest scoring team that's won. So they are not scoring at all. This is the picture you're starting to get painted. And of their losses, 3 times they were the lowest scoring side of the round, and another 3 times of the 6 remaining games, they were the top 3 lowest scoring side of the round. It's horrible form line.
Boring.
It's exactly what we said at the start of the year.
Yep.
How are they going to score? We know they're going to try and get, I think, King's the rumour from St Kilda or whoever it is.
But at the minute, they're not scoring.
Nah.
It makes it tough, which is why the Blues tonight are a massive show.
And I'm just looking at the teams, but, still Sidebottom and Jordan De Goey out.
Mm-hmm.
And in comes Ed Allen and Will Hayes. And then you go Carlton. They lose Boyd, Dirksen and O'Keefe, but in comes Wiedering, Haywood and Dean. It's positive for Carlton fans.
Carlton should be winning this game of football.
I think, you're nearly tipping Carlton off the back.
They are upset. Like they're $2.40 with PointsBet as well. So it's good. It's a nice little upset. I like it a lot.
Who do you like as who is under the most pressure?
Well, I'm still intrigued by this game. I know Carlton's under the pump, but I generally think Collingwood a little bit because of all the storylines. If you think Carlton's going bad, and then Carlton beat Collingwood, does the attention start to go their way?
It does. Absolutely.
I don't have a better one than that. I was always going to go with the Thursday night. I'll call it a blockbuster because, again, the last few Thursday nights have been massive ramifications, no matter the result. But there is a player that we should mention that's playing in his 100th tonight, and that's Nicky Dacos.
Oh, is it the best 100 of all time?
Superstar. Well, I got 3 for you. So, Chrissy Judd.
Yep.
He averaged 24 touches, a goal, and 5 clearances.
He'd won a Brownlow in his first 100.
In his
Nick
first
Sherrod
100. Buddy Franklin, 2.5 to 3 goals, 2.8 goals, 15 touches and 6 marks. And then we got Nicky Dacos. Daisy. 29 touches, a goal, 5 clearances and 5 inside 50. So, look, there's some comparison numbers-wise, but if you had to rank them in order, Chris Judd, Buddy Franklin, Nick Dacos, how's that sit with you?
Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah, there's obviously recency bias because I've seen every one or close to of Nick's 100 games, but I can't remember a player, and obviously I was playing alongside Juddy throughout those times, Nick Dacos' impact at the Collingwood Football Club and how he has become the best player so quickly is incredible. And tag expectation hasn't worried him. There's been no real form fall-off. He's been the most important and arguably their best player since about game 10. So for that reason, I think you could happily have him up there alongside Chris Judd as one. Buddy was incredible, but probably a little bit more inconsistent.
Yep. I tend to agree.
And also the last name Dacos. No one, like the other guys didn't have to wear all that pressure throughout the ranks. But very hard for me to kind of speak about Juddy and Buddy because I didn't see a lot of their early days. But what Nick Dacos has done is it's almost like if he doesn't have 35 and a goal, he hasn't had a big impact, which is just ridiculous.
To the point, the Origin game doesn't get best on ground and dominates
38 touches,
second in the best and fairest last year. Like these little things, it's like his bar is so freaking high.
Stiff,
victim of his own.
I know, and it's been saturated obviously with the amount of media and podcasts and things going on. But there was a channel that was ranking his 100 games. So they went
Cal Toomey.
Cal Toomey ranked his 100 games. So
what a job that is, boy.
Talk about scrutiny.
It's just not that hard. 9, 9, 10, 9 out of 10. Sweet. There'd be just 6 and 5.
But if you're doing it with integrity, you're watching every game, or you just look at the stat
he's
sheet.
in his top 50, so he did that. So arguably he's only but he did change a few from.
So, but if you're getting that much scrutiny over your 100 games, you must be a star. And look, congratulations.
How many games did you play?
170.
And how many of them did you played very well out of the ones?
A handful.
Daisy, how many did you play?
I played 258. I think there was about 195 good ones.
That's great.
That's
awesome.
But there are a few other. There are a few other. There's a few other milestone men this weekend.
There are milestones.
Massive weekend.
We should get to the milestone. I just want to ask Daisy one more because it's a Daisy Cup. So when this game's on, where's the head at? Because I think tonight's off for you, so you actually get to watch it and enjoy it.
Where's your head at?
Where's your head at?
We used to sing that on Mad Monday.
Walls whacking his head on the mic.
Didak could go missing, and then the whole pub would just start, "Where's your Didak?" And he'd just come flying out somewhere. Anyway, that's not the point of this.
No, it is the point. But where are you at with this game?
Where's your head at?
I have great love for both sides. I just want the Blues to do well, and not just tonight, but in general, because I was part of, when you lived it for 6 years, we were not very good, and you'd hope that that's all the heavy lifting done and the club's going to rise. After I left, played in finals, you feel like that's going to be their trajectory, and then to see them currently back in the plights, and you're not really the plight of not being very good or down the bottom again, and you're going, well, geez, when's it going to turn? For that reason, I'm always going to have a soft spot for the Blues. I happily sit back and whatever way I can't really lose, to be honest with you.
Well said.
I hope it's a good game. I think
sounds like it'll be a low scoring game.
Yeah, well, I think the Pies will still win, but Carlton should be strutting into that joint tonight, thinking that they are the favourites and the best side.
Yep.
Well, they start like they did last week, and they can just play a little bit longer.
They can just get to 3/4 time and then 4/4 time in front. If they get to 4/4 time in front, Tommy, I think they'll win.
I thought they played well last week, though.
No, they did.
They're better.
They did
much better.
Yeah,
second quarter.
Can't be accepting honourable losses, though.
No, you can't. Well, Milestones, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, Blitz. Let's talk about the most versatile man in football. 300 games, and you talk about there was some awesome statistics of where he has played across the ground.
The great man.
Yeah, so
that's a great graphic.
It's a massive spread of defence, on ball, in the ruck, and then forward.
And
so
tag,
wing,
yeah.
And Tommy Green was on radio yesterday and said, mate, he was tagging me from the ruck. Yeah. So we'd compete in the ruck and then go and follow him round. So talking about having a weapon in your arsenal like him over 300 games, he's one of one really of his versatility. So congratulations to him and all the best on your endeavours tomorrow night.
Lachie Neale and Joshy Dunkley, who we're hoping he may be joining us.
Might be joining us if training allows. But yeah, Lockie's 300th. I'm going to be joining him with his family, and his friends for his 300th, and Dunk's 200 as well. Geez, they've both had unbelievable careers, as you said, with Blick as well. Like it's flags, best and fairest, Brownlows. It's all the kind of stuff. So what would you take? 2 Brownlows and 2 flags, or 3 flags, no Brownlows?
2 Brownlows and 2 flags. So that's probably.
And then you got Dunks, obviously, with the Dogs, and then with the Lions.
You got 2 best and fairest.
Yeah. Both clubs, one at each club.
Oh, well, I take the 2 Brownlows on the flags.
Of course you would.
Well, every chance to go again this year.
Yeah.
But if you've got 3 next to your name and there's a chance to have a 4th, then Dunks is young enough to potentially get a 5th. That puts you right up there.
Lee Montagna rolled out yesterday. I think he's one of 2, Josh Dunkley, that has won premierships at 2 clubs and best and fairest at 2 clubs, which is
that's incredible. A rare air, isn't it? Yeah.
And they both obviously went there as recruits and really got it going. So, yeah, hopefully they do join us for a quick chat so we can say.
Carl Amon 200 as well. Well done to him.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. Plenty of milestones. Just on Blix as well. 22 years old he was when he debuted.
Wow. So durability.
So to play 300 at that height, the way he runs.
And no disrespect, if you had to throw me a market for him to get to 300 games and become the most versatile player in the comp, whilst watching his first couple, you would have said,
what's he play?
Stretch.
What was he? He was a
steeplechaser.
Athletics background.
Yeah.
I remember playing on him on the wing because he was so tall. He's like a ruckman, and he's just so long and late in the game, it's just really hard to keep up with him.
Think about it, he's strong, he's tall, he's fit, and he's fast enough. It's like where do you take him if he's playing on you to get an advantage?
And went to the best club. Like Geelong used him perfect. Geelong was a club that wasn't shy of using him in different positions. So. Yeah, looking forward to that. Game of the week for you, Wal?
We'll continue on. It's the Bulldogs v Geelong game. Now, Prince Harry went and gave his best and encouraged the Bulldogs to get the job done tomorrow night. But
is he laid in for Ed Richards?
He could be, actually. Well, the team isn't out yet.
Joke again. I thought we're going on the theme of Redheads today.
We love Redheads. We love Redheads on the show.
Sorry, I missed that one. I was just looking at
yesterday when I rolled it out.
But massive ramifications again for the Dogs, who had an outstanding first month of footy and then have dropped one.
Can win though.
Can win, yeah. It's not out of the question. But Geelong, as we mentioned on Monday, had the 40 scoring shots. It could have been a massive blowout win. It's down there, GMHBA, which is not a happy stomping ground for the Bulldogs. So look, massive game. Looking forward to it. Whether you're going to tune into the derby or the game down at GMHBA, pick your poison. But I'm looking for a big win by the Bulldogs. That's what I'm tipping.
Are you?
Yeah, I am, because I think they're going to get their ruckman back.
Big in terms of it'll be a big win for their season rather than margin.
Not margin, sorry, but big win because, look at the ledger, 4-2. They'll slip out of the 4 and be mid-tier. But if they win, they sort of cement themselves in that top 4 spot.
Love it. And you would have watched them very closely last week. Well, what do you think of their performance?
Yeah, me swirling a Pinot.
I wandered past that. Daisy wanted back on the Barossa and thought, I want her in a Fugazi. Got myself a little table and out the front on a dinner date.
We were on
holding hands, swirling the Merlot.
Swirling the Merlot. But the best thing was we ordered our dinner at 6 o'clock with intention to maybe go, and then we ordered our second dinner at 9 o'clock.
Literally sat there for 4 hours drinking Pinot, and you had your Hendrix. He had his Hendrix and gin
and Ginny.
What a Fugazi, though, great joint.
Fugazi. Shout out to Dommy Boy and the team there. It's unbelievable. That tuna, whatever that tuna cracker thing was, we had
this guy had ordered.
The anchovy Vegemite cracker to start off.
No, we went the tuna one.
He would have ordered 15 of them. Really? At $30 a pop. It was, it was fine dining at its best.
Go on the American Express. Worry about that in a month.
That's how we like to live.
Tommy, you got a game of the
Yeah, I said it. Sydney and Giants. I'm going to be Friday night, just looking at the screens there. But that game for me is a massive one, knowing the rivalry. And just Sydney have always given it to the Giants the last few years. But I was actually at the game last year when you would have seen the Kingsley spray at halftime. And Toby's comments to Tommy Papley at halftime as well. It had a bit of everything. And the Giants ended up coming back and winning that one. But this one, Swans are flying. Giants have lost Cabin and Caniglio from concussion, which sucks. So they're not the strongest they could be, but they do have some great role players like your Bedford's back, Binger Daniels, and they've got enough there. And we know, I say we because I'm supporting the Giants, but Heaney, you need to stop Heaney. So I'd be surprised if he doesn't get tagged. I'm looking forward to the matchups and, looking forward to Toby and Ian. They're business partners and they'll probably go head-to-head, but you'd think that it'll be won or lost in the midfield, and we know Tom Green's not there this year. So Finn Callahan will have to get going as well, and he might get some attention, no doubt. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a cracker.
Winner in a margin?
I got the Giants by a kick.
I know we don't go through all our tips, but I think we agree that Gold Coast smoke Essendon.
Yes. Well, that's the one that you took. Just no.
Come on, Tommy.
Hang on a second. Can we get up a clip of last week what you said about the D's? Yeah. I'd love to have a laugh, but if the Bombers compete there,
do you want to start keeping receipts?
No receipts. Don't do that. Actually, scrap that idea.
Good.
But I'm looking forward to seeing Ridley back and these other young guys. They're a different side when Ridley plays. No Anderson. Okay. Anderson's out.
Yes.
So I'm actually thinking it won't be a blowout. I think Suns will win, but I'm looking forward to seeing how Essendon back it up. They've got their reward last week. Now, will they do what Melbourne kind of did, drink their own bathwater? No, they can't afford to do that. So I think the Suns, they shouldn't smack the Dons. So I just wanted to jump in there.
Okay, I know. I like your point of view. I don't agree in totality, but I'm looking forward to the response from the Gold Coast Suns because their past fortnight's been absolutely pooch.
Yep.
Adelaide St Kilda becomes an interesting game too because the Saints have been okay. The Crows going along just nicely, but a little bit of banana peel game feel. I think Adelaide should be winning. But not a whole lot of confidence?
No, St Kilda was strong and they've stayed over the week in Adelaide, so they'll be very familiar with Adelaide in the ground.
And Snags Higgins has got on the knee in SA.
In SA.
I love his Instagram. I hate SA. Now he's on the knee.
Now he's on the knee. He loves it.
What about his Instagram post? Whatever he said, then he had hashtag SA job.
I still love that clip. Oh, mine's racing a million miles a minute or something.
Yeah.
The other one with intrigue for me is North Melbourne and Richmond because Tiggs have been poor, but when they bring their brand, if you will, and I know we haven't seen it consistently, but when they hunt around the footy, they're actually competitive. And I think against North Melbourne, who are improving but are still susceptible to a performance like what Melbourne probably put out on the weekend, a little bit of a danger game. North Melbourne should be winning. It'll be a massive step backwards for them, and I expect them to go out and be far too professional and get it done. But you don't want to be rolling up with an average attitude on your Sunday, a 110 fixture, and just maybe think it might happen because the Tigs could be a little sneaky chance just to slap you around for a half a footy.
I'm just more worried about their scoring. I just can't score. I think they've scored under 45 points in 2 of their past 3, so...
That makes it tough to win.
Does make it tough to win.
And then we have the Derby, boys. The biggest game in the West.
How much?
I said 42 points.
Much?
I said 42
How
points.
Much? This is nice. How much?
It's a West Coast home crowd, so that normally keeps them in the game for a quarter or two.
Oh, yeah, for first 5.
I think 40-odd points will be enough. They should win by 60. What do you guys think?
What's the line?
Well, again,
the line's 42.5.
I want to see Fremantle belt to arse, as you would say, because I was disappointed in how they beat Collingwood. The only chance I thought Collingwood had of beating Freo was to make it into that arm wrestle. The weather obviously helped. But Fremantle still not having a way to break it open with the class and the players that they have and just being a better football side on that night. I was disappointed. Yes, they won the game, which is all you can do in the end, but I was still disappointed walking away going, are they actually improving to the point of finding a way to win that game by 4 or 5 goals?
Got away with one because they missed a lot of shots, the Pies, and they dominated.
I think you can make a case to say that Collingwood should have won that.
Yeah.
Quite, not comfortably, but by a couple of goals.
So there's the round done. The biggest part of the show is the propeller. Where are you turning your attention to? Have you got a game in particular you're looking at? Because I've come prepared with a few options. I'm doing the Tommy Sheridan this week. After last week, Shannon Neale just...
Are you boys a chance to lift?
Hey,
we go to Super Sunday at Gather Round. It was all lit up. I had Izak Rankine played the theatre role, kick a goal with a minute to go.
He's carrying
we get the. By the way, Hardweek bet was one of the best of all time. So apologies to our friends at the Sharks. That was one of the greatest bets. That was ticked at half time.
I still think Shannon Neale was a good bet. Like, it hasn't gone as a green
I would have
tick.
went Jezza if I was. It was Jezza's time.
So acknowledge
when
that.
you went for 3, I thought it was.
Acknowledge what you're saying.
I thought you should have went Jezza, but that's on the goals,
missed
man.
one
You're
from-
the line man normally.
Let's see. This is how confident I was about the Gold Coast Suns beating Melbourne when I was going for my 4th line in a row. I was going to go put myself up as the Lion King and get a little doctored photo.
The Lion King.
And I nearly put it out there on the show and then didn't.
Yeah,
for good reason.
The Suns, they have been in. I mean, just back to your Essendon point, but the Suns lost to the D's and the Dons beat the D's, so therefore the Dons are a chance against the Suns on your
your
metrics. That's your algorithm
That's
there.
how it works.
Well, boys, you don't need to worry about me because I'm a lock. So what do you guys got?
Well, I'm going to that game.
Which
this
one?
This is 2 of my options, actually. So the Gold Coast line goes up at 41.5.
Love it.
It's too big of a line, you
Lion
idiot.
King.
The Lion King.
Mate,
what else you got?
They got
40
Petrarca
points. They have to be
The Dons aren't that bad.
2 goals better a quarter.
They're not that bad.
Are the Gold Coast Suns?
They take the foot. Noah Anderson's not playing, boys.
I don't.
which might help.
Yeah,
I
but
just think
they've
you're
had
41. If I'm a club and I'm going, I need 41 points. You got a better bet than that.
But I just think they've had 2 poor weeks, as you've
Yes.
mentioned. They're
I'm
going to come
with
out firing. They've got their superstar back in
And,
Petrarca.
this is your leg, not Tommy's. But
And
what's your other one?
And my other one is Josh Shelley for 23. He's going to spend a
I like
lot more
that
time
better.
in the midfield.
I like that way better.
Okay. So I've got Gold Coast minus 41.5 at the line.
Do you boys want the clubs to win?
Yeah, we do.
Do you want them to win the cash
We
like
do.
I do?
Or I've got Cam Zurhaar to kick 2 or
that's
more
nice. That's
against the Tigs.
that's
He averages 2.7 goals against the Tigs. He's most against any
That's so
side.
good.
That is $1.83, I believe.
Oh, that's now you're talking.
Yeah,
now
you're
talking.
happy with that
Yeah,
one?
Yeah, I
Good.
like
I think
that.
I'll take the
I
Gold
think you
Coast
could
line
almost beef it up to 3 if you really wanted.
Do
I
you
like
care
that.
about the clubs, Daisy?
I do. I do care about the club. So that's where I am going with Cam Zurhaar.
Okay, well, I'm going to the Gold Coast Suns game, and I'm going to go to a midfielder who won a Brownlow last year, and he's just going to put the boys on his back and kick a snag. And $2.25.
Possessions.
No possessions.
You
Matty
did this
Rao,
with
32
LDU.
last
Learn
week.
your lesson. Do you not want the
By the
clubs
way,
to win?
LDU kicked a goal last week.
Yeah.
Good goal.
But he's had
50.
400 touches every week.
Maybe a good
Matt
one this
Rao,
week.
no
Matt Rao,
Noah
one goal.
Anderson.
Matt Rao,
you
one
got-
goal.
For how much?
$2.25.
Jeez.
Get the club back into
Seems
20,000 kind of.
Sure.
That is, mate, he's a lock. It's a lock.
It's a lock.
It'll happen in the first quarter. Free
like a
kick,
side bet,
high.
Daisy,
Someone
again.
will tackle him. He needs to step up. No Noah Anderson. He needs to kick a goal this week.
All right.
So I've got Matty
I
Rao
can't
for a
believe you've
snag.
been laughed at for
I know,
Gold Coast
my line
kicking
bet.
So
12
can we
points.
just lock it in? Rochelle? Are you on Rochelle? Please.
No, go the line. Go the line.
Zerha,
line.
Rochelle. Don't go the line or
Go
it'll
the
fuck
line.
my bet because the algorithm, you know what I mean?
Will it?
Yes,
get
it doesn't kick up.
clarification?
Doesn't kick it up. When you got 2 from the same team, it doesn't kick up. Same team. So Matty Rao and the Suns will be the same team. Come on, well, keep it interesting. Go to stats. And then we spin the wheel and we have South. Daisy doesn't get a go.
No, I
Daisy's
just like
got
the fact that you
Zerha
just
too.
Conceded.
just getting seated. Just,
Oh, mate, I'm gonna
You
get
need some leadership
We
on
gotta
this
get
one.
this
mumbled amongst yourselves and then gone, right,
No,
who's the
Josh
team
Michelle,
on?
he was there on the weekend and he was
mate,
he
he's
was a star.
flying.
And he's flying. Kicked 4 goals, kicked 3 in the
23
quarter.
plus, no dramas. Zerha 2+, Matt Rao 1+. We are flying. Spin the wheel. We have South Meringue Lions that have entered the propeller. Congratulations to the Footy Netball Club. Here we go. Well, give it a good spin this week. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. The propeller's off And it's going to be a new club on for the first time this year, and that club is going to be the Carrum Cowboys. Yeah. Get your hat on line. Oh, Richard Wash.
Jesus.
Oh, no, Diggy Wash has fallen down.
It got too heavy.
This might be the week. You got Diggy Wash. Whoa.
Julian Gillard.
Say, yeah, cowboy.
Gillard's going to get us over the line.
Give him a call. There you go. That's the propeller. Hopefully that one equals 20 plus K. Let's get this thing back up there.
Cowboys.
Let's get a win. And
I don't know if I've ever heard of an AFL side be called the Cowboys. Obviously, big in the NRL and the Rugby League.
And the NFL. Yeah, right. That's actually a great call from you. One of your better ones today, actually.
When you call Carrum, you say
It's Carrum, not Karen.
you call Carrum. And you'll say, look, you've got to have a tip or you've got to have a leg.
Yeah.
And then do you direct them to the bet?
I don't say a thing. But when you blokes are running ice cold, I need to just steer you in the right direction. The prop bets are more enjoyable as well. Oh, boys, has anyone met Locke yet? Our man behind the scenes. Here he goes.
Hello, boys.
Hello, Locke.
What's going on?
Now, we've just been discussing the Carrum Cowboys and you've done a quick bit of research.
What do you got for
These
us?
guys are famous.
The Prune Masters, Daisy.
Yeah.
They've got old Towners who does the reviews and that sort of thing.
So what is it? The old bloke with the white hair?
With the white hair. He does, I think, beer reviews and like sausage roll reviews and that sort of thing. So Towners plays over 55s for the Carrum Cowboys.
There you go.
Yeah.
He'll get right behind this. And is this the guy? Is this the same crew where the guy rates his missus' meals behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Is that one?
Oh, it might be. I'm not sure if it is, but
I'm pretty sure there's like same account. Same
yep.
account. Yeah, they do some good stuff.
Because he's like, this is my 60th preseason. I've seen that one. All the excuses. No, this is me good.
That's good. Well, and by the way, everyone, Locke's just joined us. He's the intern. They get around the intern, boys.
Now, Locke, what would you have...
Oh, go fuck myself.
thanks, Tommy.
That'd be ideal. What would you have taken? The line in the Gold Coast game or the other one that was made to take Rochelle for 23 or more?
Well, Richelli's on fire at the moment.
Yes.
So I'm probably taking Josh. Tommy's call, the Dons getting close to the Suns, has got to be one of the all-time worst calls. That is a 60-point clobbering from the Suns on the weekend. But yeah, I reckon Richelli's probably a sure thing.
It's a win-win from your angle.
Exactly right. Win-win. And surely the Carrum Cowboys get a few bucks this week.
Here we go. Keep him on. Keep him on the show.
That'll be funny as if Rochelle has 22 and we all go bang and the line gets
That won't be funny, Tommy. That won't be funny. That won't be funny one bit.
I will never
be punished again.
I will never listen to you ever again.
If that
But I'm
happens,
looking after you.
If that happens and Gold Coast hit the line, you're doing Wells punishment.
Yeah,
if it's the only way.
I've been looking at some
Is that a confirmation?
We'll do it together. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. But I've done mine. I walked around the street like a flog, looking like the skinniest Fogarty of all time.
Did you do it in Adelaide as well?
Yes, I did. I did it post-game after they gave the Blues a little touch-up. Now, boys, I told you we got some special guests, some of the biggest names.
You've
I think
been
there's
promising Lachie Neale and Josh Dunkley from the start.
I haven't seen anything.
And I'm mates with both of them. They're not coming on.
They are. Mate, they are joining us live right now. Yeah, boys.
What's going on, lads?
Mate, plenty going on. But what about you two? I mean, how many medals have you got together? How many is there? About 9 or 10 Brownlows, BNFs, flags? We're trying to calculate it in the studio.
Or JD's played in about 7 grand finals, mate. Every year he just played in a granny, this bloke.
It's just unbelievable. We're just saying, would you rather 3 flags and no Brownlows, or would you rather 2 flags and a couple Brownlows, nearly?
Well, would you rather try to...
He put that to me and it actually confused me because I'm like, is this a very silly question that I'm missing the point of?
Well, you're meant to be a team player, but I think we all want the Chaz for a little bit of a head wobble as well.
No, congratulations to you both. A massive, obviously, like 300 and Dunk's 200. Like 300 games, mates. You've done it all. How are you feeling? And is this milestone more special than others you've had and ticked off along the way?
Yeah, I reckon it is, Daisy. I don't know. I feel like 300, all my other milestones, I've probably just ticked them off and kept moving on. But this week I've tried to soak it up and got a lot of family and some mates coming to the game. So it's an exciting week. This week I am actually just trying to soak it up for once and enjoy it for what it is and enjoy the day with Dunks. It's pretty awesome to be able to share it with a teammate as well and hopefully create some memories that we'll both never forget.
And Josh, obviously knowing you quite well, a journeyman across 2 clubs, achieved the ultimate success at both clubs, but you're returning home so your family can come and have a look. How's the build-up been for you?
Yeah, it's been pretty good, mate. I think, as you said, it's down in Victoria, so it allows me to get a few more to the game probably. But as Locke said already, like to share it with him, 2 pretty good mates, and we've built that connection over the last few years. So it's going to be pretty special to run out there on Sunday, Arvo, and playing a big milestone. I'm big on history and chalk playing 300 games. I played in Bob Murphy's 300th game and Dane Zorko's 300th game. So it's pretty massive to be able to, big honour to be able to be out there with those guys and being a part of it.
I'm hearing they're running out of corporate suites, boys. You've booked all the corporate suites.
Well, that's because there's hanger-oners like you asking for tickets, you twat.
The train's got a ticket. He's weaseled his way into one of
Mate,
Neale's
you're
boxes.
in one, aren't you?
Yeah, you scratch a Neale text me
You guys
yesterday.
are fine. You should get your own, shouldn't you?
No, I don't need my own box. I'm just going to enter yours, Lachie, and just really drink up and enjoy it. Now, Razzle, I just thought I'd ask a question if you don't mind sharing, but you were the reason that we had to change from Strava to all these new kind of setups when we were doing pre-season at Freo. Can you just talk to everyone about that pre-season? You come back a little bit fat and overweight and skin folds were high due to your Strava and your Pee-wee 80 or whatever you're doing.
Oh, genius.
my CRF 100, mate, get it right. But I was still skinnier than you. My skin folds were about 10 less than yours when I come back. But no, I did a few sessions on the CRF 100 with the Strava strapped on, and they had to get all reported back to the club. So they thought I was doing the running. I come back and run an 11-minute 3K, and they all knew I didn't do the work. So I was in a bit of trouble, had to fess up, and from then on, I think I've worked a little bit harder since then. So it's probably saved my career.
Should have been the dead giveaway when your top speed was 65 k's an hour.
Nah, that's the thing. I had to go at the same speed as I would run. So it took me just as long. It was pretty stupid.
Well, Cameron Cloke, famously, I think it was one of the Clokes, famously, when you had to wear the GPS, he sat on a stationary bike to get his Ks up.
Learn a couple of things like that. Well, Lachie, now you've had your 250th, your 200th. How have you performed in your milestones from a team perspective and individual's perspective?
Well, I don't think I saw a thing that Greg Swan sent through to me the other day. I haven't lost in a milestone game. So debut 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. So hopefully that trend continues. So I need Dunks to get going this weekend.
What about you, Dunker?
I think I'm the same, to be honest. I think debut, we beat Freo. 50 was against Richmond and we won. 100 was Essendon. 150 was Richmond up here. And then 200 down there. So I've, fortunate enough to win them all as well. So fingers crossed we get it done this week.
Needs me to pull my finger out as well then.
Yeah, well,
you boys are unreal. I don't think I've won a trophy since under 16s, and here you are, boys. You just win everything. You boys just win everything,
mate. You won the 3K. You won the 3K back at the Dockers.
I think I got done by Menegola on the line. I blew up. Pride of Jenny style. Went out a bit too hard there, nearly. Boys. Well, hey, we appreciate you jumping on and having a quick chat. We know you've just rolled straight off the track. We just wanted to say congratulations before Daisy asks one more question, but we love you both very much. 300, 200, plenty more games to go. You got that many medals and can't wait to see you both on the weekend. Daisy, close it out for us.
I just congrats to both of you. And, Locke, hopefully you can speak about Dunks because, Dunks, you're very respectful and you don't want all the accolades, although you deserve a heap of them. Can you just tell us a bit about the bloke? Because everyone says the difference in how you guys have gone is since pretty much he's come up there alongside your good self. But from a teammate point of view, can you take us inside the locker room on game day, just why you blokes love him so much and why he's been such a difference for your footy club?
Yeah, I think it's pretty rare to find blokes that come into the system and teammates that genuinely want you to be the best player on the ground and sacrifice their own game. So on the field, that's what he does. He does everything for everyone else, doesn't want any attention. So he'd be hating me saying this, but just all the hard chases, the tackles, all the dirty work that he does is unbelievable to see firsthand and up close. So that side of it. But then off the field as well, he's exactly the same. As you blokes know, he's the same off the field and wants the best for everyone, gets around all the young boys. He's sort of that link between all of us old, angry, grumpy blokes and all the young whippersnippers that terrorise us here. So he's just a great person to be around and wants the best for everyone in life and in footy.
Well, that's a great summation. But Josh, last one, I know we keep saying last one, but you've just obviously been taken over as co-captains for this season. How's that going? Because I know that's a something leadership's been important in your life and your footy career, but being captain's obviously a different league of its own. So how have you been going in that space?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty smooth process. I've tried to obviously learn a little bit along the journey, but I learned a lot off Locke and Harris over the years that I've been here, and even the leadership group as a whole. You know, to have someone like Trent Cotchin who, helps us out with our leadership stuff as well. So it's been a pretty smooth process. I'd be lying to say I haven't learned a little bit over the last few weeks. I felt like early in the season against the Doggies and Swans, probably mainly when I was out there by myself. Obviously had guys like Chock still out there, but Harris and Huey were out. I was probably taking too much responsibility and trying to do too much. So it's been a bit of a learning process for myself to, really dive into the rest of the group and continue to utilise what we've got out there on the ground and control the controllables in some way. So it's been a great process for us as a group, but we've got so many young leaders and leaders like Chock and, Charlie Cameron and the likes that can help us out there on game day. So really enjoyed it, mate. And, look forward to what we can do in the future as well.
Yeah, boys, one more because it'd be rude if I didn't have one more as well. But hey,
I've got to get some lunch in.
Oh, we got the two biggest names in the AFL. I might as well ask one more. Boys, I love a sausage roll. I love a sausage roll. And you boys, you don't kick that many lately, but when you do, you celebrate the house down. Can we get a couple of snags this week between you lads? And can we get on one knee again, Locke, and give it the big fist pump? Like, can we get down there?
You got a celebration for me?
Ooh,
why don't you do the choo-choo train?
Yeah, give us the choo-choo train.
The train. Oh, that would be funny.
I'll try and remember that if I kick one.
That'd be unbelievable.
If I kick one, I'll give it a go.
That'd be awesome.
Just one more. No more.
Go and have some lunch.
Get out of here.
Nah, thank you, lads. I really appreciate it. All the best this weekend, and let's keep that hot streak going in the Milestones, and you'll see you in the sheds afterwards.
Yeah. See you, brother. See you.
Awesome, lads.
I told you I'd deliver, boys. I just got them.
I should never doubt you. Your hustle is undeniable.
A+.
And some. Yes.
Yeah, I'm running out of juice. I got a couple of years left.
How many people do you
Do
know?
you know what I love? I mean, your phone book, there'll be a lot of numbers in there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get this show I'm trying to get the show in the ratings. How do we get back in the top 10?
Do these people ever ask for favours back?
Couple of pairs of sunnies, couple of bags of Inglewood coffee roast beans. They actually don't. They're the genuine superstar blokes, first of all, and they're all they can seriously.
How many
play.
more they got in them, do you reckon?
Well, I reckon plenty. Yeah, the way they play. I thought Lockie's been popping. Like he normally was an inside, but now he's starting to get on the outside and show a bit of speed. He's always had that burst, and Dunks could play forever the way he goes. I honestly don't know. The way this game's going, you look at Pendles and Sidey, they're still going. So 5 years.
What a
6
way
years.
to finish the show.
Yeah,
what a way.
Show. And all we ask, as I said, I want everyone to get in the comments, whatever they consume this podcast on.
Get in there.
Get in there and just.
I'll give prizes.
Yeah, prizes, whatever. We just want to know what you love and what you want more of. And that way we can deliver it every single week and build this community. We're loving it. The Cumby was off its head. We're going to do something in Melbourne soon. But yeah, get in the comments. We want more memos as well. That's in the link tree. And boys, loving your work. A great show. Appreciate all the guests. And that's all we got for round 6 AFL show. Big Thursday night game. Me and Daisy will be joining you live after it. No, not live, but you'll have it in your earplugs.
You know what you mean.
Friday morning. And away we go. So that's all I got for you. See you next week. Cheers.